custom teams this time.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Damn it. Whatever.
Alright, well, on Vonnie Research Station, up in the north, we have our most recent winner, the Desro fangirl representation of that fandom. Our Protoss player wearing the purple trunks. It is Team Gravity's Poizon.
Well, go, Poizon, go.
I don't know, I assume she's a fangirl of Desro, being a mod.
That's what I assume. She's always, anytime I see her, it's because I see her with him. Because they've come to. Well, I was just there for a tournament in Montreal, and they were both there, and they came to Toronto a couple months ago for a tournament here. So, and they were around. They're not like dating or anything, but they're always together. Or at least whenever I see them, they're together. But
okay,
I don't know. Yeah, and down here from Team What Mate, representing a bear that looks really sad. It is TimeToTell.
I'm curious what it is time to tell.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of like ending a sentence with a comma.
Yes.
It's just what? But I mean, with the what mate tag, I mean, he's into just antagonizing people, I assume, and he looks like he's planning on going CC first here.
Yeah, it does. It is shaping up that way, and that is what we're gonna get here. And Poizon is just kind of opening very normally for a Protoss. Terran can kind of get away with it a little more easily than Protoss could get away with it. You often threaten, like Protoss has to begin as if you were going to get a Reaper.
Yeah.
Like, because they don't know in time. So there's going to be a gateway or something, like unless you really want to risk it.
Or just like even 2 or 3 racks Marine pressure can kill you if you don't have your mothership core out in time. Yeah, Protoss has way less leeway to deal with that. But this game actually reminds me of watching MC play on Metropolis back in the day, one of the first really big maps we ever had. It was actually like a decently common tactic to, when you saw the Terran went for CC first, you actually pull a few of your probes and run them across the map and just abuse the shield regen, and like you can just target fire the SCVs building stuff, and you can actually pick up some SCV kills doing that. It takes pretty good probe micro, and you have to be macroing very solidly at home to be able to pull it off correctly. But
yeah, because you have to compensate for the fact that you sent your probes across the damn map. So you have to kill a good enough bear.
And I believe Vonnie is actually slightly smaller than Metropolis was, but missed that map. Some good games on that map. Warp Gate started from Poizon. Second gas in Mothership Core, still completely normal, completely ambiguous as far as the mid-game plan. But TimeToTell going up for 2 barracks and then a bunker. Just playing very safe, and he didn't really scout much at all. Just got the SCV in now to see what was going on. So he's not really sure what's coming. That bunker is kind of overly safe, but when you can salvage it and still get 75 of your minerals back, it's really not that bad. If going for a 3rd barracks, actually going 100% gasless right now. Surprising that seeing that 3rd barracks rather than saving up money for 3rd CC or something. Throwing down 1st and 2nd gases here now. There's going to be some heavy pressure here going down on our Protoss player.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see that because of the design of the map. So usually this type of pressure is great because you run into the natural. But if you have to run into the ramp that can be blocked by a single force field and having the photon overcharge directly into the main, where you can't kite in and out, because like you often want to push in, poke at a few gateway units, pull back, push in, pull back, push in. You don't want to be doing that up this ramp. So it'll be interesting to see how this does work out, if we're reading this correct.
If the eBay is about to finish now in the tech lab, so I assume we're going to see +1 attack and then stim, and just a +1 timing is my bet here.
That's kind of what this is developing towards.
Poizon is
proxy.
Yeah, Poizon's playing very, very safe. Just the 1 gate and expand to the Robo. Now going up to 3 warp gates. she should be able to get out some units and, in theory, be fine against this as long as she sees it coming before it's like walking up her ramp.
Yeah, exactly. If like anything could block this off and just stop the attack cold, but if it just literally stemmed up the ramp and it's in your base before you notice, that could be a little harder. But there is an observer coming across now. There's no static detection up or anything yet.
And TimeToTell's problem here is that by the time he gets his bio force up to a decent count and his medevacs going with this reactor on the factory and the starport started here, there's going to be Colossus out on the Poizon side of the map. And a 2-base Protoss is a decent situation to be in. I mean, you can hunker down on 2 bases better than just about any other race and just actually survive for a while here. Especially with no 3rd CC yet for our Terran player, this push kind of needs to do a lot of damage. Poizon has the Observer in position right here. She's going to see this coming when it comes, and he's getting for the 3rd CC now. Yeah. So it's kind of an interesting change of plans here for TimeToTell, committing pretty hard to an aggressive stance, but then just readjusting into the 3rd CC here. Interested to see how many SCVs he ends up building in this game, because his natural's not even fully saturated yet.
Yeah, quite true there. We're at 40 SCVs to 49 probes. A lot of that obviously is the chrono boost, and it's compensated for by the mules, but both of them just letting each other do their own thing. Poizon is taking a 3rd base there as well, as Colossus is now out, and now double upgrading at the forge.
Yeah, the double upgrades are really nice, and getting Blink now. Colossus range is done, and Poizon is just in position to macro up, in my opinion, a superior army. As TimeToTell doesn't really have the medevac count or the SCV count to really support Viking production, along with all of the bio that he needs. He's actually getting his armory and a 2nd eBay now, so he's turning this more aggressive stance opening into a far more standard TVZ for what we're used to seeing now.
Little supply block for Poizon there as one of the pylons out on the map does fall. Putting up a few more. The Nexus about to finish there at the 3rd. Should be pretty safe against anything. Well, particularly safe against this fairly small force that will stem in.
Blink is about to finish, so between the Nexus cannon and the Blink here, this force might be in trouble here. But yeah, TimeToTell smartly runs away. There's a correct reaction there. Those units would have just been annihilated if he tried to stay and fight. But he's going to go around and drop, just barely skirting around Poizon's Observer over here. And this 3rd is very exposed, so that could do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and already queued up to directly behind that mineral line. And the army is very, very out of position there. No cannons in place. Could get some warp-ins going, but there aren't that many gateways. There are still just 3 gateways out on the map, so can't do very big warp-ins just yet. We'll send another small task force over on the far left-hand side, so if the army does move to deal with this, could move in and snipe that new expansion as well.
Excellent reaction time for Poizon on the 3rd base, running her probes away here, or on the natural rather. This force comes in, snipes the cannon on the left, and getting lots of probe kills now, up to 4. He's going to be able to pull back. And the army reacting to the force and the natural, and the Blink might be able to pick up a medevac. Nope, not quite enough stalkers here.
Now, I'm not sure why the other force pulled back.
Yeah, I mean, the
like
Nexus cannon...
other than the Nexus cannon, but that's not really any... That's a cannon.
Yeah, they were well on their way to killing that Nexus,
yeah.
I mean...
So I'm not sure why, but it's still got some kills.
TimeToTell going on to 2x2 Viking production here out of 2 reactor starports. He doesn't really have all that many medevacs, only 4 medevacs for his entire army right now. I'd prefer to see some medevac production along with the Vikings still, especially since he has the economy to support that right now. He's actually really oversaturated in his in-base. here and undersaturated on his outer base here. He needs to get his SCVs going. He'll have even better production once he fixes that problem. Going up, moving up to a 4th base here, and TimeToTell just needs to keep putting on the pressure. He kind of opened with that aggressive opening, going for 3 barracks before getting his 3rd CC or factory or eBay or anything like that. So he's kind of played like he wants to be aggressive all game and hasn't really followed through on it. I mean, he got a couple probe kills earlier with that double-pronged attack thing he did, but it wasn't nearly enough. I mean, if you let the Protoss go this untouched, her 2-2 is halfway done right now. And she's very comfortable on 3 bases with 3 Colossus here.
Shooting at the 1 observer. There's another scan just to get it. Wants to park the Vikings over this little gap puddle there. And yeah, the pickup for the 2-tier drop here, I think.
Yeah, Poizon really needs to like split her army, keep the stalkers over in the in base.
Yeah, there's a couple cannons there now, but it's not enough to stop like 4 medevacs.
Yeah, this is basically a doom drop here.
Will come in, starting to drop. The first cannon will go down before it can even finish off one of those medevacs. It could go directly after the Nexus and is doing just that. The whole building is sniped.
Poizon reacts with her entire army, leaving her 3rd completely exposed. This bio cleans up the 2 cannons, sniping lots of probes on their way out, and she's gonna. TimeToTell is gonna pick up another Nexus, and Poizon's gonna be down 2 bases here. Wastes a Nexus cannon off the mothership core on a Nexus with like 100 HP left. I mean, this bio is real soft because she has TimeToTell has so few medevacs. But this is the aggression he needed to be putting on here, and Poizon did not react well to that.
Yeah, the drop, even coming back in the natural inside again, will end up denying this Nexus from going back up. Not even a cancel, unfortunately, off on that. The whole army, I think, of Protoss is just going to come all in here, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think.
No, Poizon is very supply blocked.
Yeah.
But Storm is done, and and she just needs a couple Templar, and she can clean this up. But
yeah, there's 4 Colossus, but there are 12 Vikings, and not nearly enough anti-air to deal with it.
Nope. Yeah, these Vikings are definitely going to clean up the Colossi before the Stalkers clean up the Vikings. But the Zealots are wreaking havoc. This is we'll turn into a pretty scrappy game here, but this bio in the main of Poizon is just slowly going to work here, killing everything. They're going to take down the Cyber Core and deny any more anti-air. And TimeToTell is losing his 3rd base here, but he still has a 4th with a planetary and 2 bases that are decently well mineraled still.
Yeah.
He's got a few minutes to live off this for a while here.
Yeah, it's fine to lose your 3rd when the other person has lost their only.
Yeah. Oh man, the main Nexus goes down now too. Poizon doesn't have any mining bases right now. Her probes are useless.
Yeah, and the Nexus and the outside natural, the 3rd.
Not yet. 5 Stalkers and 4 Zealots cannot take on this Terran force, and this is going to be GG here.
Landed Vikings even coming out, the whole bio force so much bigger. 120 army supply to 10 at this point. GG is called, and TimeToTell does take that one with really good, just pulling the army apart. Well, I would say.
Yep. Series off strongly. He spawned in the bottom right of Catalina, wearing the blue trunks, representing Team Bear Sloths, excuse me, with the tag Wattmate, and he has some sort of winged sword with a scripture team behind it.
I just did it a second ago, and I forget what it was.
Is it Legacy of something?
Yeah, Legacy of Master, or Legacy of the Master, something like that.
Interesting.
Something like that. Maybe it's like supposed to be the Master Sword or something from, like, those wings almost look like Zelda-esque.
The sword really doesn't look Zelda-esque,
like
though.
Yeah.
I don't know
what the hell that is, but either way, it's that. And up here on the top right-hand corner, we have actually representing Team Gravity, but spiritually representing Team Killing Spree, which is no longer in existence. They are now kind of Team Boreal. It is Poizon.
Poizon down a game. Let's see if I really want to see her bust out some aggressive play. She keeps setting herself up for these amazing timings, and then not executing.
And I think she'd be good with some harassment play, like because the Phoenix play that we saw out of her, where she was getting a ton done. So she's clearly able to continue to macro without any problem while still controlling those units. So it would be neat to see something a little more aggressive or harassment.
I mean, even Phoenix in PvT, Phoenix Colossus is really hard to deal with this Terran. Sometimes if you don't know exactly how to react to it and you aren't comfortable playing against that style, it's really easy to fall apart as a Terran player against that. And Poizon has shown us that she's fantastic with her Phoenixes. But just going for a standard, safer opening. No early Nexus out of her, just gate into Cybercore with 1 gas so far. See how safe she wants to play it here. Yeah, going Nexus is going to be her next structure here. And TimeToTell opening with a single Reaper here so far. He's got 50 gas banked, even though he stopped mining gas. If he gets a second Reaper or what add-on he gets with that 50 gas. Yeah, reactor there. Okay.
Yeah. Makes sense. The
probe sees that Reaper there.
Yeah. Actually, thinks twice and goes for the other base. Oh, because he already had an SCV up there. I was like, how did he know? I'm like, oh, because he's inside the base.
He has map hacks via an SCV in his opponent's base. Yeah, very standard gate expand out of Poizon in this game. Just going for that Stalker first, the Mothership Core. It's going to push away the Reaper. And Poizon hasn't committed to any kind of tech yet with the second gas just now coming down. We'll see what she has planned. My bet is just another safe game out of her, but like I said, I would love to see good timing. And TimeToTell opening with 3 barracks first before any other tech or his third command center. Like this 300 minerals is usually what you see dedicated to that economic opening.
Yeah.
Instead, it's dedicated to this aggressive. This can't be because he thinks that Poizon is going to all in him. Like, this isn't going to be proxy Oracle into like Void Raid Bust or anything like that. I mean, I assume he watched the first series.
Yeah.
And just that's not the way, or the second series, sorry, after he played, since he was the first series, and that's just not how Poizon plays.
Yeah, I'll get in here with the Reaper again, take a look around. So you said the Robo is what's coming out. Reaper will die, but not before getting a pretty good scout off. And yeah, it has to view this and say, well, I'm not going to get hit in the next, like, 4 minutes, basically.
And he's throwing down that second gas now. In the previous game, he went gasless up to 3 barracks.
Yeah.
And then got his 2 gases together. On this game, opening with the Reaper first, his gas ordering was a little bit off, but he's also not getting his eBay this time with this. It's just the 3 barracks with the stim packs, and it looks like he's setting himself up for a timing this game to put on some pressure, which I'd love to see. Lots of Marines will be able to do a decent amount against this if he goes for it. Force out the Nexus Cannon, weaken the Protoss a little bit before he gears up for that mid-game medevac aggression. But I'm not sure if we're going to see it. He's not really posturing himself for it. Yeah, he definitely thinks that Poizon is up to shenanigans, running, moving these 3 Marines around the left, looking around for proxies and stuff. There is a probe there in position to do something, but from what we've seen from Poizon, that probe's going to be sitting there for about 10 minutes before she uses it for a push.
The observer coming in will kind of try and park itself at the ramp there, I believe, and see what's going out. Like a decent position where it's not going to get scanned, but still will probably be able to see most aggression, although this little force is going to go around. A few stalkers poking out to take out a Marine or 2.
Yeah, these Marines just moving back to the base now. I'm really interested to talk to TimeToTell after this series, whether he wins or loses, to see what he thought Poizon was doing. I mean, yeah, most Protosses prefer to do something Protossy in the mid game.
Yeah.
But Poizon is just playing really safe. I mean, it's almost like a Rain style. Just really safe, really solid, and then just win when you get maxed out with whatever composition you go for. She just needs to be able to survive the aggression that's going to be coming her way eventually. Because TimeToTell is gearing up for it, switching up that starport to the reactor now.
Yeah, and it makes sense if she thinks that she can hold it off. Like, if you'd ask most Protoss, basically, do you want to play no rush 20? They probably would. That's the race lends itself to that.
Yeah, especially against Terran.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you say... Because, yeah, you often just don't get damage done against Terran. It's a matter of, did you survive the period between, like, 10 minutes and 15 minutes without taking crippling damage? If you did, you're okay. So, I guess she's focused largely on that period of time. We've got TimeToTell, though, already about halfway done his third base, and no indication of that yet for Poizon.
Yeah, it's... I'd love to see that third base down from Poizon.
Yeah.
TimeToTell has his Marines in position, so as soon as that happened, I think you just pounce on it.
Yeah.
And now that his medevacs are out, right about this 11-minute mark, he's getting ready to put on a lot of pressure. And he's going to be able to. I mean, Catalina is a fantastic map for this. It kind of has that linear base arrangement for the typical third. The triangular arrangement's much more easy to defend, especially with the Colossus that can cliff walk.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see. Looks like Poizon's going to take that triangular base rather, but TimeToTell positioning himself for some aggression. But the Colossus and Zealots are going to be able to push this away, I think. Yeah, loses one Marine there and then backs off.
Linking forward.
Cannot overextend here.
Around. Yeah. Could get blinked on again, but will not.
And Protoss has the +1/+1 about to finish. Colossus range isn't quite done yet. It's a little bit around 2/3 here. And 2 Colossus out now, a third started. Poizon just macroing up. Like I said, probably just waiting until she's maxed out on Colossus and Gateway units. Probably eventually Templar to finish off this game.
Yeah, she is getting a Dark Shrine. There's no proxy pylon though. So again, they'd either have to be from home or something. There are a lot of scans actually saved up for TimeToTell, but it can still be kind of annoying.
Yeah, I mean, if he identifies that DTs are going to be a big part of this mid-late game plan for Poizon, all he has to do is swap that starport over to the tech lab for a minute, build a Raven, and then yeah, you're good to go. Especially since his third is established already and Poizon's has just started. Those DTs would need to get a lot done to really justify their use. Especially since instead of that Dark Shrine, she could have invested into Templar tech, High Templar tech rather, and gotten Storm out. They're far more efficient to make Archons with, as you don't use up quite as many minerals, which could have been turned into Zealots. 3
DTs out. Again, look as if they're splitting up. No static detection in place, but like I said, scans are certainly available. First sign of DTs being shown, and they're in all 3 mineral lands.
Yeah, Poizon does a great job of splitting up her DTs. There's one scan down on the left. Bunker on the left cleans that guy up. But the DT in the main sitting at 7 kills. The DT in the natural gets cleaned up. That's all the DTs cleaned up there. Or excuse me, the DT in the natural actually run out into the... Maybe it's up to 7 kills. That's not all SCVs though on that guy.
Yeah, a Marine or 2 in that. But still overall, very good.
Lots of denied mining time as well.
19 kills.
There's a huge 4 medevac push ready to hit the third base of Poizon here. And her army is not quite in position for it. There's enough Marauders here that TimeToTell might be able to snipe this third. Oh, and the probe transfer just happened, so he's just now moving in. Poizon might be in trouble here.
Yeah, indeed. This one really has to stay up, or she's in deep trouble.
Army just now moving over to help this. Yeah, the Nexus goes down instantly there with all those Marauders. And now she's down another base.
Yeah, the only thing that's kind of good here is the SCV count is only at 45 at this point, It's much higher for a Protoss, but there's no third base to mine from, so the advantage doesn't actually matter very much.
Now the 4 more gateways getting added on for Poizon. She's done probing, and her army is going to get stronger and stronger here, and she's going to be able to take some good fights chasing this bio across the map here. And the medevac count, TimeToTell once again only getting the 4 medevacs, so his bio is actually a lot weaker than normal, and now he's turning around, taking this engagement with, now they met up with his Vikings. And the Zealots get evaporated, and TimeToTell is going to be able to push this back pretty far. But he's overextending, chasing down the Colossi. These Stalkers are going to be able to clean up all the Vikings. Barely coming in with the bio, but that's a really soft bio. All the medevacs are gone.
Yeah, it is really overstemmed, but there's really nothing to buffer for it. If there was even one wave of Zealots there, so the Colossus could safely turn and fire, but unfortunately there's not.
Yeah, Poizon has plenty of supply room.
Yeah.
He's just kind of low on minerals here because of that lack of third base.
That's a very optimistic way to put it. Plenty of supply room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does have that. The third base is now back up at least, so that push did provide cover to reinitialize that.
Yeah, she's transferring her probes down there now. Her economy is going to get jacked up here, and yeah, she just needs to turn those minerals into Zealots and turn the gas into Archons, I think, and push in for the win. So there's no medevacs out right now. TimeToTell finally starting his medevac production up now, but he's only getting 3 right now, and I'm not sure how much he's going to be able to afford to replenish that medevac count, especially when he's trying to get his upgrades.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why losing your medevac sucks so much. He's taking that hidden base on the left, which will probably help him. But yeah, this army is so soft. If Poizon engaged this right now, lots of Zealots coming in. Yeah, this is what we wanted to see here. The 1 engagement and 1 stim from this army, and it's half dead already. Yeah. The medevacs are going to be able to come in and heal some of this, but they're like going to run out of energy before they actually heal this army up to full, I feel like.
DT taken out there at the 4th position. This Marine over on the other 4th has just been there since like the beginning of the game. Patrol.
Yeah.
We'll kill the probe, and know that that's being taken here now, and the army immediately moving in that position, but an observer actually sees them the entire way.
Yeah, Poizon's map awareness has been pretty good all series, and in her first series as well. She doesn't keep those observers that active, but she does keep them in good position, so you see this army over here. Finally cleans up that Marine. TimeToTell moving out with his army on the left here. It's still pretty soft, and the medevacs are really low on energy now from healing it up from its damaged state earlier. With 3 Colossus and some Templar out here, Storm's not quite done, 3-3's not quite done. But if TimeToTell positions here for much longer, this fight is going to go really poorly for him.
He is going to be dropping into the main, which I think is a good idea. If he can actually pick off that Storm before it finishes, that would be absolutely huge.
Yeah.
Will land it now. It's a matter of whether or not he does focus that down. Vikings trying to go after the Colossus here. Really well anticipated.
Yep.
Tries to catch the Colossus cliff walking up. Storm does finish though.
Yeah, that's the Vikings able to do a lot of damage to these Colossi, and the bio in the main targeting the cannon. It's not microed. He could have picked up the Templar Archives and the Dark Shrine there. Picked up with his medevacs. He's still really low on his medevac count. Like, these are the only medevacs he has over here. These 3 left. And he's getting Ghost Cloak now, and he's going to have Ghost Tech to help this out. He's got 3 medevacs that he's ready to reinforce with. They just haven't been hotkeyed with his army yet. But Poizon's army is much better in a straight-up fight right now. She's just getting distracted by these drops.
Yeah, absolutely true there. That 4th base for the Terran has been established on the left-hand side, but no mining has been done from it yet. Even if that was just used as a needle drop point.
Poizon's 4th is very exposed right now with Stim from the bio now moving in. She's going to lose this Nexus almost instantly. Oh, wow. 2 shots from that army, basically, and it's gone. Losing all of those probes. That's 15 probes down.
Yeah, as long as this army gets out, which it is, but there, like you said, there are no medevacs here. Has to stim forward again, once again, being so low on health. the Zealots are just going to run this entire thing down.
Yeah, now that the Zealots have charged, this army cannot run away nearly as effectively. And TimeToTell actually was up in army supply here, but Poizon's army is just better, and he's double dropping in the main now. She's got Templar in position to feed back. The medivacs don't have that much energy; they don't die. Now this bio getting surrounded by his old warp, and she's going to clean this up far more effectively than last time. Well, she actually left a Colossus and a bunch more Templar in her main. Not sure if that was on purpose. Oh yeah, the DTs mixed in here with the Zealots are just shredding this bio at TimeToTell's third and natural alcove here. And the Ghosts come in and get nice EMPs off on the Colossi, but the Vikings are all gone now, so there's nothing to clean up these Colossi. I think Poizon's just going to be able to do nearly game-ending damage here. She cleans up the drop in her main. This one lone Colossus here just taking down the assimilator, or the refinery, not extractor. Stupid Terrans.
Yeah, we've really got, other than this, the Muling base now on the left-hand side here, there's like 1.5-ish mining bases.
Yeah, 3 patches in the main.
Yeah. Not much here at all. There's still a bit of a bank for both players, but TimeToTell is certainly very quickly running out here. Still just making tons and tons of Vikings, but that's almost not even the issue anymore.
No, with Storm out now, the Vikings are only moderately effective. I mean, Poizon isn't even building any more Colossi right now. She has the double Robo, and this is a fantastic position to find yourself in. She actually has a Colossus still just chilling in her main with a Mothership core.
With High Templar, are they still there? Yeah.
She can switch between a High Templar focus and a Colossus focus at will, and she has 4 Templar over here ready to move out and storm to pieces this bio army. With only 3 medevacs, again, this is again a problem for TimeToTell. One good storm on there, if it doesn't kill the army, it's going to do enough damage that if the engagement doesn't end the game, those medevacs aren't going to be that effective. So a huge engagement here.
On everything. The Vikings will grab a lot of these Colossus from the side. All of them, really.
Yeah, the High Templars still have lots of energy, though.
Yeah.
All the Colossi are down now.
They are skimming forward through the storm. Pretty good job. Marauder's obviously a lot more tanky, and they will kind of clean that army up and push it back. But the economy is still definitely in pain for TimeToTell here. Viking land to kill the High Templar off.
He's going to pick up one High Templar with lots of energy on it. Oof. Poizon.
Yeah.
A little sloppy there. But she's still got the Colossus in the main. She's warped in 4 more gateways. And her production is just going to be really ramping up. She's got her 5th base established on the left now. And her, like you said, her economy is just in way better shape now. And TimeToTell is moving out with his bio and some ghosts and all this force, but there's just no medevacs. I mean, that continues to be a really, really big problem.
It really is. Yeah, it's a massive one. Hopefully he'll be able to get that online now that the Colossus are finally gone. But yeah, this stim forward to kill the Nexus, it may work, but yeah, look at the health of these Marauders.
Yeah, there's nothing on this force, and there's 3 ghosts here that are going to be able to cloak and take down some of the shields. I mean, that's overall a lot of health lost on this army. But there's just not enough bio here to deal with this. I mean, there's more Stalkers than there are Vikings.
Yeah, exactly.
Poizon did finally grab her Colossus from the main.
Good stuff. Yeah, both of them running actually at a fairly low army overall right now, but both of them do have actually a lot of money to build more. It's just whether or not they're keeping up with that. During these fights, the production tabs kind of go silent for both players for a little bit before they do.
Oh no! There's 2 medevacs hiding in behind Poizon's main with full energy.
Yeah, it was the 2 that have been back there since like 5 minutes ago, but they kind of took
right over the Stalkers. That hurts.
Took the bad way out, unfortunately. And still with these like quad producing Vikings, when at least one of those per 4 needs to be a medevac.
Oh yeah, and there's only 1 Colossus with this army right now, and only 1 more in production. The Vikings are not the issue.
Yeah. Very, very true.
Now, especially with Poizon's bank situation, with 300 and some minerals and 1,600, 1,700 gas, that can be a lot of Archons really quickly, and Vikings aren't going to do jack against your Archons here. You need lots of ghosts.
Yeah, we've even got +2 shields almost done.
Oh, man. Those Archons are going to be frightening then
really
with how
good.
little ghosts there are. Has he even replenished his ghost count?
No.
Does he have any ghosts? No, he hasn't done anything with his ghosts. He's building 2 more now, finally. But, I mean, you need to have a decent amount of ghosts, at least enough to equal the count of the Archons and Templar out.
Stalker's now finding these, at least this one base. We'll go up the ramp to find the other one, which is kind of a godsend at the moment. And if that one goes down, which it will.
Yeah, this is kind of TimeToTell's lifeline in this game.
Yeah, our Terran, I think, is going to counterattack, obviously, into the other. And the Protoss army is, of course, pretty out of position for that. No Mothership Core with this, so no recall is available.
She's got her Robos misrallied. Oh, there she picks up her Colossi now. That's good. Now, this Bio army is posturing over here on the right. The Zealots planned for a run by, I think, maybe delay that army enough that I think Poizon's going to get in position to actually save this 4th, maybe.
This is weird. 2 Colossus are out. If he sims forward, he could just get them. He does.
Yeah, that's a huge pickup here with the 4 DTs, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another scan when your economy is already not doing well. Nice EMPs on this ramp here. But this army is just going to run out of steam really fast for TimeToTell, again, because there's no medevacs. Yeah. I mean, every time he stims, it's like taking a huge storm.
Yeah.
And that's GG there, so we're all tied up. Friends, you can follow ASL on YouTube, at ASL StarCraft on YouTube, on Twitter, all that stuff. And that's where all the VODs will be. So that's pretty cool. Are on Deadwing, and Ender our Observer is gone currently, so you guys can only see the bottom right, the blue Terran TimeToTell, representing, what do you say, Ethos Gaming? Don't know what that is, but actually representing the Bear Sloths, blue Terran. See how he's going to open up. Just going for his standard supply depot at his ramp. I know you guys can't see on your screen since Ender is slacking heavily. It is our purple Protoss on the top right of Deadwing, so no cross spawns like Ender wanted. But Poizon is representing Team Gravity and also representing Armada Gaming. It's actually a really sick logo.
They do.
I like that a whole lot. Another wing sword combo, but I like that way more than the last one.
Yeah, it's scarier, I think.
Indeed.
Yeah. And did you already get TimeToTell?
Yeah, I introduced everyone.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. That's just an S. It's very simple. Something like that. Cool. So, yeah, we are in the vertical positions here. Not as fun. Well, it can be good for, obviously, dropping.
Yeah.
Nice for Terrans dropping one another, being mean.
Yep. And TimeToTell, looking, from what I've seen out of him so far, guessing it's just going to be Reaper into his barracks play. I mean, on this map especially, I would love to see him not build those 2nd and 3rd barracks and just go for that 3rd CC. Poizon has shown she doesn't move out until she has multiple Colossi and upgrades. Usually Blink with range, +2 attack. She doesn't even posture on the map until then. Doesn't even take a 3rd until then. And you can just really abuse that. I mean, rush battle cruisers, man. Do something with that time that she gives you.
Could do something. That's for sure.
And he actually stays mining on gas this time.
Yeah.
It's like, yep, he's going to stay mining on gas.
He's going to deviate and go up to a factory or something.
And then a starport, and then a fusion core.
I know, now he pulled off.
Oh, okay. Just a little more delayed than the last game. Well, just a pro tip for everyone: if you do want to rush for battle cruisers, you don't pull off gas in this situation.
You require those.
I know some of you don't play this game at a high enough level to recognize those kind of subtleties and how to play. But when you do a gas-heavy opening like battle cruiser rush, it's important that you keep mining gas while that's happening. 62 gas is not enough, unfortunately, to build the factory starport and then fusion core that you need to get battle cruisers.
So true. So true. Sadly true.
Yeah, the Reaper moving in here with the SCV. Gonna maybe pick up a probe kill before the mothership core is actually out.
Yep.
Yeah, there's one
We'll
kill.
get one. Probes
This might
will
be,
be pulled to chase a little bit.
one of the few kills TimeToTell's actually bothered to get with his Reapers every game.
Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't always open with them, but every game he has, I feel like he just kind of pokes in and then runs away, and then pokes in and runs away. And his timing was actually a little bit slow in some of the games, so that there was already Queens or Mothership Core out or whatever have you to push it away. And there he is. He's getting his second and third barracks instead of a third CC again. We'll see where he takes this. Probably the same game plan from both players, and it's gone both ways in each game so far, with very much the same plan in both. So TimeToTell is okay with how it went in the second game, I guess. And Poizon is as well, because she's playing exactly the same way, getting her Robo facility now. Reaper coming in, seeing it's exactly the same. Not sure.
Nice. The kill right on the Reaper ledge. Death, blood everywhere.
Alright, now he's got his second overall command up in the south. And Stim started. Yeah, this is literally exactly the same thing we saw last game. No fast eBay, no fast third CC, just Marines for right now. There's the double eBay coming down. Let's see, factory's going to come next here in a minute after the second gas, I guess. But TimeToTell just going into that mid game. Would love to see him add more medevacs this time around.
Yeah, for sure. That was definitely a huge area of deficiency. A lot of things did not have to die that did.
Well, that first game he never really lost his medevacs.
Yeah.
He just did like the one big drop on the right with the 4 medevacs all at once. After a few initial drops with 2. But then after that, like the game just kind of ended. So he never had a chance to build more or lose them or whatever. But that last game, he kept losing them, and he forgot about the 2 in the north.
Yeah. And
flew them back right over Stalkers, and then lost those. So he was just down on medevacs the whole time. I mean, you want 6, 7 medevacs at least, really, especially when you play like just the heavy Marine Marauder style, and you don't mix up your tech too much. This third CC is a little bit faster than last game, getting it before his factory, and the tech tree gets a little more fleshed out for him. +1/+1 still hasn't started yet for our Terran player. He's had those 2 eBays up for a long time, and just hasn't used them. I mean, that's 250 minerals that could have been a barracks and a spy depot, or put towards the third CC. That's the kind of adjustment you learn to make watching your own replays. I think that would be a really important step for both our players in this match to take, especially Poizon, just recognizing how ahead she is sometimes in tech and army advantage. Because there have been a few times where she could just go maybe kill her opponent and end the game, or at least do a lot of damage, and she hasn't taken it.
Yeah, she almost let, like in that Swarm House game, almost let her opponent back into it if there was a little bit more time, when it was such an overwhelming lead to begin with.
Yeah, that was absolutely she had her hand around the Zerg's throat and then just kind of relaxed her grip until it actually became a fight there at the end.
Yeah.
But she's getting her double forge, so her upgrades are going to be slightly behind the Terran, but with Chrono Boost she should be able to keep up. And her Templar tech has already begun to be fleshed out, so she can go straight into 2/2 when that's done. And it's really not that common to see the double upgrades in PvT anymore. You usually skip attack and use that gas for storm or charge. But Poizon actually likes to go for the Blink and Colossus combination, which is decent at just defending. If you want to go do a lot of pressure with Blink, you typically want to like rush for it and then hit a timing. Where she just kind of gets it in general before charge in order to defend against medevacs better.
Yeah, that's really true. And a lot of the value in Blink in terms of like the mid game too is being really active with your stalkers, poking at the Terran army and blinking back, poking at things, blinking back, trying to get a Viking, a medevac, whatever. But that sort of activity is not, like, it's not common for this like level, so it makes that a slightly less valuable upgrade.
Yeah, and Poizon, taking down her rock there and taking the really safe third.
Yeah.
She's typically the fourth here. And, yeah, everything we see Poizon do is just like the really, really, really safe version of anything you normally see Protoss doing. She has some greedy things like the double upgrades, and also getting... she always fleshes out her Colossus tech at the same time that she gets her Twilight Council and Blink. She could be a little bit greedy, but she's going to be able to deal with this drop very well. Blink is nearly done, so she's not able to totally crush that. But those two medevacs loading up and they're preparing to drop in the main now.
Yeah, trying to make it look as if they are going home, but they are going right inside.
Her army's way out of position. She's A-moved it to the far, far left of the map. I don't know where it's going here. And she gets off another Nexus cannon in the main, but, yeah, this... I don't know where her army was headed.
Yeah, they were somewhere completely different. Luckily that will hold, and again, it's almost a voluntary pickup. I'm sure he anticipated that the army would show up there any second.
Yeah.
But it didn't. So,
hey, you kind of expected it to be right around the corner. I mean, especially with the cliff there that the Colossus can walk up.
Yeah, the Colossus could just come up. But wasn't there, so damage is minimized by that a bit, which is pretty good.
And his 2-2 is nearly done, and her 2-2 is about a quarter of the way started. Now, Colossus range just now starting after Storm.
Yeah.
She's actually switched up the order of her upgrades this game. Not 100% certain it was intentional, just due to the consistency of what we've seen out of her so far. But that Storm is really going to help, especially because we see at a TimeToTell, he just really focuses on his Viking production. And he never really commits that hard to Ghost, and he doesn't have a Ghost Academy yet. So this Templar with Storm are going to be really effective. Has she built any Templar yet? She's got 3 out right now, collecting energy for when Storm finishes here in a couple seconds.
Yeah, it will sync up reasonably well. The army.
I'm still moving in right with +2 attack and armor.
Pretty bad place to be going in there. There are still a good number of Colossus. Obviously, like you said, that is a much safer base. This one would be easier to attack, but there is nothing there. Ghost Academy now coming down. Planetary Fortress being built at the 4th base as a whole bunch of mules are dropped in that location.
The Muleheimer. Yeah. And TimeToTell just positioning, macroing up, and getting his Viking count nice and high to deal with these Colossus that are out. There's 5 out currently. Poizon hasn't added on that second Robo yet, but Colossus range is just now finishing.
Yeah.
So Poizon's going to be in really good shape with Colossus range done, Storm done, and +2/+2 finishing as well. And she has the money to start her 3/3 upgrades now as well.
3/3 is underway for a Terran player, but with if she starts them fairly quickly, Chrono Boost can end up matching them up. Terran controlling the watchtower there. We'll see the army coming. The Vikings trying to get in position, getting a few shots off on the Colossus there, getting blinked on. The Terran army pulling back.
Yeah, Vikings taking a decent amount of damage there from the Stalkers, but the Colossus count is lowered.
Yeah,
nice
that
free
did
sentry
really
there.
well for a Terran player, at least so far.
And TimeToTell has a huge supply advantage, going up to about 60, 70 fly advantage right now.
Yeah, basically maxed out at the moment, just 3 shy of that. Keeps looking for this 4th base to exist, but it does not. Is moving up as the Vikings go to town, goes into the natural base. Huge storm, though, on everything.
Massive storm.
Yeah, has to get on out of there. Can't just stand. Will actually pick up. There's not enough Stalkers left to actually effectively blink, or at least they weren't in position. They took the long way around because they were going after the Vikings.
TimeToTell going very Marauder heavy, like Marauder Viking is kind of his composition right now. That's pretty good against the Storm and Colossi, but he needs to get his whole army together fighting right now.
Yeah.
And with only the 4 medevacs though.
Yeah, there's so much Viking that's just not. Again,
it's
that's just like not the issue.
Scott is 5th CC, and he's actually adding another CC, another medevac to his composition, but so strange to see a Terran only adding like 1 medevac. Huge storm on this drop here.
Yeah, will take out the Nexus, though. Basically, this entire force was thrown on the ground just to finish that Nexus off, which I don't necessarily disagree with. And the other one attacks.
Under fire. So many Vikings. They're going to pick off all these Colossus to get microed away. And actually landing the Vikings here with the one Colossus still alive.
I think that was a go-home.
Huge Zealot Warpin surrounding the bio on the right. TimeToTell just threw away his army there.
Yeah, I think that was possibly a game-deciding decision.
Especially because that was right before 3-3 finished.
Yeah.
There's no need to take that fight. Especially when you have your 5th CC up and established, and your 4th base, like, going now. Yeah, there's just no need to take that fight.
There are at least 5 medevacs that have been remade at home, now continuing again with Viking production. But yeah, like you said, did not have to lose, didn't have to fight there at all.
Poizon attack moves her own Archon by accident.
Happens.
Yeah, that does happen.
They're big,
he's done for Protoss now.
Yeah.
So these guys are on uneven upgrades. I'm guessing Poizon's going to start shield upgrades now, and that's going to help for her Archons and her Zealots, especially. But this Bioforce by TimeToTell, he had like a 60 supply advantage. And now he's down by 2 supply. I mean, this army's just going to get shredded by these charge lots. They get almost a full 180 degree surround. Charge lots pushing back. This bio is getting shredded by the charge lots and the one Colossus in the back just doing work here. I think that might be it for TimeToTell.
Yeah, the Vikings are trying, like, he's acting as if he kills the Vikings, the army disappears. And that's not the case. Or if he kills the Colossus, the army disappears. And that's, it's just not the case. There's way bigger threats from the actual Zealots, from the Storm, from the
you generally want to reverse that. You want to kill the army underneath, and then the Colossi disappear instantly once there's something to buffer. You don't want to. But if you target fire the Colossus too hard, then you still have a bunch of charge lots, Stalkers, and Archons to deal with. Not to mention the High Templars of Storm. And TimeToTell is on the ropes, hardcore here. I mean, he's not mining from his 4th currently. The 5th CC's just sat idles the whole time, and he's doing a good job macroing back up. But the problem is that what he's macroing just isn't good enough right now against what Poizon has on his doorstep.
Yeah, Ghosts coming out now, 3 coming out. Personal Cloaking is down on the Ghosts, which will definitely help. I don't
2 hidden bases here.
Yeah.
I don't know why he built those from scratch over there. He has a 5th CC just chilling in the middle of his 2nd and 3rd bases. Poizon just posturing here, content to remax.
He's going to start harassing this base on the other side. That's a good idea.
Yeah, Storm and Colossus against SCVs. That's just unfair.
The Vikings will come in trying to one-shot some of these Colossus. Do get a nice volley off, but then pull back. Big warp in on the other side, but it's all Stalkers actually.
Yeah, and Poizon's got this pylon in a really nice position. She's just going to be able to keep taking bases and keep putting on a lot of pressure. Her 4th base doesn't have anyone in gas, and she's got not very many probes over there. I think she just transferred some from her main, though. Yeah, she's got some probe building to do. I think she's a little bit down on that, but she's maxed out now.
Low 60. You would expect higher right now, but yeah, she is maxed at 64. So that means a lot higher army supply.
And 28 Zealots with the 15 Stalkers to fight these Vikings, and this army is so clumped.
All in a ball, yeah. No EMPs going off here either, despite the Ghosts.
Oh man, the Vikings taking down the Colossi with a huge Zealot warping on the right. The Zealots that are already in the army just going to town on this bio. And a huge Storm again. This mostly Marauder force tanks it really well, but there's just so many storms that you can't take those storms.
Needs to repair this to save his life. Huge storms going off on the ramp. The Ghosts
storm after storm on the Ghosts and Marauders. She's losing all of her Templar, but and TimeToTell saves his 4th. But Poizon shoots back up to 122 supply with that huge Zealot warp in. And she's got an Immortal on the way from her Robo, interestingly enough. That's pretty good against this mostly Marauder force. If she just goes for Immortals and Storm here, but honestly at this point Poizon can just kind of as long as she keeps playing,
Yeah.
she's going to be in fantastic shape.
And we still got this Viking thing happening. That 4 more Vikings are still coming out in deeply red and orange units. It's the healing's not there yet. I feel like that's the backbone of the entire Terran race is that healing, and it's not.
Poizon, what are you doing
happening.
in sentries?
Oh, we got a lot of SCVs being pulled here now.
Yeah, they're pulling the boys to help with this. The Archon's about to morph. And it gets taken out really quickly, and then this little force is going to get cleaned up. Oh, the dudes enter his force field away the SCVs from everything. The Zealots just massacre.
And now they're blocking for these Zealots here.
And now all the Vikings are dead.
Yeah.
Dark Shrine on the way from Poizon. Warp Prism Speed on the way from Poizon. Yeah, she's just taking control of this game. This is going to be her last game of the night, and she's going to have a great night taking first place in this group, I feel like.
Yeah, kills those medevacs as they try and actually assemble. 50 supply lead here overall. Has almost doubled the economy at this point. Just so many SCVs were kind of tossed away in that.
Yeah, up
that
50 supply.
Or, like, pulled the SCVs to get a pylon.
Yeah.
Basically is what just happened. So, and there was a second one there anyway.
And TimeToTell is a player that, like, I wish he could win this league.
Yeah.
Minus the fact that I play in this league and that I don't want to lose to him.
Yeah.
But I would love to see him win and get like the free coaching because he has excellent macro, good mechanics. It's just some of the in-game decision making is just a little off, and he could just make huge strides with a couple small adjustments to his overall tactics here.
Yeah. I wish he actually had kept SCV the entire time. Because he's got these 2 full base. If he was on, like, if he was on 4 base right now, which he is on 4 base right now, he's just not. Like, if these had been building SCVs the entire time, he would have 16 on every base, and he'd be just walking over this army. And, but he's not, because Poizon hasn't, like, just recently expanded to that 5th base, and it hasn't been keeping up. DT's now into one of those active bases.
And he's got a ton of orbitals with no scans left over because he's been muling so hard, and he's got turrets in position, but he just lost 3 SCVs that he really shouldn't have.
Oh, DT's going after that.
Taking down the planetary.
Planetary Fortress was basically the only thing stopping anything.
Yeah, the whole army of Poizon couldn't take down that planetary. 2 DTs just go completely uncontested and take it down.
Yeah, 4 Vikings are going to wander out to the middle of everything.
They're not even going to get that Colossus. The Blink Stalkers take care of it. And this Gateway army with the Archon and Immortal in support here. Nice EMPs. But mostly on Stalkers there. The Archon and Immortal are still untouched. The High Templar are still untouched. They're about to storm the hell out of this army.
Yeah, they're actually hanging back on purpose. But
yeah, Poizon just has them following the Colossus, making me look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Poizon just running away at this game at this point. 70 supply up. 4 more Vikings come out and get the Colossus. Moral victory for TimeToTell, our Viking lover here. Yeah. Oh, the Zealot run by to the hidden bases.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the nail in it.
Oh, and there's GG. Poizon takes first place in Group E.
Yeah.
Very well played.